Hey everybody, how we doing? My name is Steve Engel, and I guess some of you know me as a world famous comedian. But I have a confession to make. I just haven't quite made it yet. I still have a day job, and that's in advertising. But I consider myself, having done it for many years, I consider myself an expert. After all, I taught Mad Men everything they know. But I think that qualifies me to comment on the poor state of TV advertising that we're stuck with in this day and age. Has anybody ever seen the commercials with the bears and the toilet paper? Okay. That's got to be the sickest commercial I've ever seen. I mean, really, a bear and toilet paper, all I can think about is 200 miles of dingleberries. I mean, really. And then they follow it up with a little bear running around with a pair of jockey shorts yelling, "Look, Mommy, they're clean." Of course they're clean. You ever see a bear in jockey shorts? I mean, really. And then there's, speaking of underwear, then there's a commercial, two guys are sitting around watching TV, and now all of a sudden they're talking about their underwear. Has anybody seen that? I'm the only one?
Yeah.
Well, you have to bear with me. It's two guys sitting on a couch, all of a sudden they're talking about the quality of their underwear. I don't care if you're gay or straight, if you're a guy, you're not talking to your friend about underwear. I never talk to my friends about underwear. The only time I talk about underwear is with my wife, and that's because I'm asking her if she's wearing any. Yeah, all right. But you know what? That's okay. That's part of my job to comment on TV ads and things like that. Another part of my job I found out is I've been designated as a social secretary where I work. So people come up to me and say, "Hey man, we need to do a happy hour. We need to let our hair down." And I say, "Well, that's great." So I'll go out and find a good bar, find a good time to do it, and we'll all get together. But then there are always flies in the ointment. There's always somebody to spoil a good time. Like guest list girl comes up to you and says, "Well, if they're going, I don't want to go." Well, I'm sorry, lady. Did you know that if you're going, nobody else wants to go? And then there's the family man. And family man is, "Hey man, can I bring my wife and kids? There won't be any trouble. I mean, you know." "Sure, you bring your wife and kids. We want to let our hair down, and you're bringing the people that make you pull your hair out." I mean, really. And the worst is the company cockblocker. Okay, this is the guy who says, "Hey, let's invite the boss." Really? We want to bitch, and you want to bring the person we want to bitch about? Come on. But really, my office is a cool place. Just recently, a woman at work got engaged, and it was really a sight to see. There were women coming around, I don't know, maybe from 30, 40 miles away. It's like they had conga drums. Boom, 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 getting engaged. So they were running around this poor girl, and they're jumping up and down and carrying on. I didn't know whether it was an engagement or a shoe sale. But, with guys it's different. With guys, friend gets engaged, you give him a chuck on the shoulder, you shake his hand, you wish him good luck. It's kind of like you're sending him off on a suicide mission. And when my son got engaged, wasn't all that long ago, it seems like yesterday, I gave him a fatherly hug, and I shook his hand, and I gave him these words of advice. I said, "Son, remember this day forever, because you will never be right again." And one thing about men, we seem to think an awful lot of ourselves when it comes to women. We don't calibrate for our ages. So a guy, maybe 75 or 80 years old, still thinks he can hit it with that 30-year-old blonde living next door. But if you're one of those guys, if you're 70 or 80 and you think you really got it all and you don't have any money, your chances of hitting it with that 30-year-old are about the same as if you won, about the same as winning the lottery, but without buying a lottery ticket. But women, I have to say, are much more pragmatic. they have an understanding of what's going on in the world, so they'll adjust their sights accordingly. So while a young woman might go out with a guy because he drives a nice car, a woman of a certain age will go out with a guy because he can drive at night. All right? And just one more woman who goes out with a guy because he knows all the good places to eat. A woman of a certain age will go out with a guy because he knows about all the good early birds. And then there's the woman who will go out with a guy because he remembers all their special occasions. And then there's the woman of a certain age who will go out with a guy because he remembers her name. And on that note, there is one woman I'd like to point out tonight who always remembers my name and I always remember hers. And that's my wife, Ellen.
Help you.
Tomorrow night is our 45th wedding anniversary. We got married at 3, and it was a shotgun wedding. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.